Greetings, fellow Demon Slayers. This is Taimanin and Mari here today with another video. So yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. So for today's topic, I'm just gonna show you guys my Emily PvP build since I have to do PvP anyway, and kind of how I lazy man the arena now that they added that fourth pay-to-win skill slot. This is just for people who may not know. And then after that, I'm gonna talk about this New Year's theme. So yeah, let's just get right into it. We're gonna head on over here. Gonna get our rewards for last week. Yeah, so it's just gonna be me running this to 6K since I no longer push for top 100 because I just feel like it's totally not worth it now. After they added that skill slot to the game, it's almost like it's just one not even it's just not fun, cuz you're gonna be competing against someone who probably overpaid to get a skill slot, and on top of that, anyway, screw it. The skill slot sucks. So yeah, this is basically the Emily build. She just throws her axe at them like Gimli, and one-shots people for the most part. So I'm really enjoying this build in PvP and PvE. I'll show what the build actually is after these matches are done. As far as Magatama's, she is running full critical with her PvP weapon, and her sidearm is an S level 4 Tamari. But yeah, PvP has gone from being an overall annoying experience to just being super relaxing because I don't have to constantly log into the game every couple hours to burn my battle points. I can just come here Sunday mornings, set my coin output to double, and do 5 or 6 matches and get my 6K points and not look at this mode for the week. So yeah, that's cool. This is all I really wanted to do, was show you guys the Emily build, because I think people might enjoy it. And if they're Spica's S level 5, then it'll hold up in the top 100, I've used it there. The only thing is, without a fourth skill slot, you're just going to always be at a disadvantage, really, no matter what you run. That was one weird juggle. What was that? I've never seen Sakura do something like that. But yeah, the balance of arena, outside of Emily, because she's kind of a broken character, as you guys can see, I don't really like the shift that happened in the arena mode with them adding the fourth skill slot, because it gives you such an edge. I've lost matches to people in the top 100 that it just makes no sense, just simply because they have that fourth ability to call on. There's really no holes in their DPS, there's no 5 to 10 second cooldown hell depending on the character. It's longer for some, shorter for others. But there's no real pause. They always have something they're doing. So it just overall adds to their damage output, or their overall sustainability or utility. Because having a fourth skill slot kind of breaks the rules of the 3 skill slot meta that the game pushed on us. I still really believe it should have been given to everyone. The package is good enough without it, but it is what it is. I'm not buying that pack, so who cares, right? It's only really good in arena. I still do fine in time attacks without it. So yeah, as you can see here, I've literally done 4 matches. Oh, 3 matches. And yeah, I'm gonna end up getting my arena done for the week. So this is the lazy man method. You just stop at 6K so you hit top class and don't look at it. Honestly, for anyone aspiring to get into the top 100, I don't feel like it's worth it anymore. Just because of the amount of AP, or rather BP, sorry. The amount of BP potions it's going to cost you is just, it's going to be 20 plus potions a week, and they definitely don't give out that many anymore. I have a nice clump of them because I don't do arena like that. See how good that axe is? Even she's using it. But yeah, anyway, I don't use them like that, so they do add up if you skip out on arena. But if you're trying to go for it every week, it's not worth it. It's definitely not worth, you're gonna get 25 more gems if you barely make it into the top 100. So if you're number 51, I think, to 100, that's it. You get 25 extra gems. So You'd normally get 75 for just being in top class. Adding 25 to that doesn't really help. And then the further you get into the top 100, the more potions you'd need. Like, you'd probably need upwards of maybe 150 to 200 potions, like, to really get, like, number one, like, every single week. Because the problem with number one is once you start burning potions to have that spot, whoever else is going for number one is going to start paying to challenge you. So the money that you'd spend, because let's face it, like, no free-to-play has this many gems to buy all those BP potions. So the money that you'd be throwing away just to get your hands on those potions would just better be spent on gacha or buying skins or anything else besides going for the top spot in arena, because you're going to get your PvP coins for PvP specific weapons either way. Excuse me. So it really doesn't matter if you're getting that 10k first place reward or not, because you'll be able to comfortably finish weapons. And as you see here, I'm exactly at 6,000. So yeah, that was my PvP run for the week. It was really simple, right? Okay, so we're going to leave here. And this is what I'm talking about. I haven't been doing arena seriously for maybe, like, I want to say maybe a month now. Maybe 3 weeks. I don't remember when they added the 4th skill slot, but that's when I said screw this. I'm still getting 3,200 coins a week. And I'm at 20k now with this reward I'm about to receive. So that's 2 weapons, and it's only been a month. That's not really a long time in the grand scheme of things. Most gacha games want you to have, like, slow progress or things you kind of earn over time. So yeah, I don't think pushing for top 100 is worth it. Like, a lot of veteran players know that, but newer players who may potentially be paying may not know that. It's definitely not worth paying for. Like, if you have your potions that you're hoarding, like, where are they? These boys here. Like, when I was getting top 100, I wasn't buying these. They were just giving enough of them out that I could rank. So I never really paid for battle potions to do that. And I don't suggest anyone else does it either, because it's just simply not worth it. So yeah, outside of that, we're going to look at the Emily build. Alright, so here you see we have her PvP weapon. It is maxed out, so she gets that 48% damage, and critical rate of incoming attacks is reduced by 1/3. We have all critical Magatama here on her, and they all have crit damage and crit rate rolls. I'll just kind of go through them slowly so you can see. They're not perfectly rolled because I kind of stopped doing it. But yeah, that's what she's wearing. And then on her sidearm, it's an S level 4 Tamari, and S level 5 will come when I get it. And then we have all maxed out attack Magatama just to give her a little bit more damage. And these have not been affixed, so the rolls are just in disarray. It doesn't matter because they're on the secondary weapon anyway, but they're just there to give her attacks a little more oomph. Because since I'm running a critical Emily, you see her attack is rather low, while her crit rate is rather high. So yeah. Outside of that, for the supporters, we have Spica as the main, for that sweet invulnerability, because that's basically going to be the meta. And then she gets critical rate on melee attacks and critical damage on ranged attacks. Now, fun fact for people who do not know this, Emily's axe is a melee attack. So yes, this synergizes with her axe, because the crit rate of it is now an additional 12%. Then we have Homura, because of course we do. I try to fit her in every build. That 30% damage is no joke. And then we have Faust to give the ranged attacks an additional 14% crit rate, to kind of snowball what's going on our Magatamas, Spica, and excuse me. To snowball what's going on our Magatamas, Spica, and Faust, like, it's just giving us as much crit rate and crit damage as possible. Now here we're going to come over, look at her abilities. Now, fun fact, in PvP, she's always going to be auto-attacking because the computer's playing her, so you don't need to actually use Zero System if you're playing in PvP. She'll just attack anyway. As you guys saw, she was being juggled, and the drone was still hitting them. Now, as far as what I am using, we do have homing bullets just for the nice, like, guaranteed DPS every 13 seconds. It's a little lower because of her cooldown reduction. But yeah, we'll go by what the skill sheet says. Next, we're using Aegis Tackle for the sweet critical rate buff that it gives when you're running a red main Magatama. Or, bro, wow, a red main supporter. So yeah, that'll give her an additional 20% critical rate for 10 seconds. After her cooldown reduction from having all of her skills maxed, it's pretty much a 100% uptime. So that further snowballs with the critical rate I was talking about. And last but not least, we have Axe Impact. And what this ability does is it basically projects the spinning blades and performs consecutive attacks. And if you guys like watch the PvP footage, she was basically multi-hitting up until the final hit where she smashes the ground. They usually don't even survive the wind-up in PvP. Even in top 100, it's pretty like hefty damage. The only thing that really counters this build is like her getting one shot by Major because she is a machine. Or if they're running invulnerability, she can't. Well, she may not be able to do the stuff she wants to do. The skill comes with an innate 20% cooldown for running 2 red, so that also stacks with the cooldown you would get from her skills. So yeah, the cooldown is pretty low on the axe, so she is able to use it quite often. And then the final ability would increase critical damage by 250%, and with all the crit rate we've been stacking, you see how this build can get really deadly really fast. I've seen it like crit upwards of about... It depends, because like in PvE, I use my Tamari, so there's a defense debuff. There, I've seen it do upwards of 200,000 damage just for dropping an axe every 10 seconds, and the consecutive hits leading up do like 50 to 60k each. And in PvP, it's a little lower because I don't run the Tamari, but it still averages between like 180 and 190 with the 48% extra damage. So yeah, pretty good build overall. The only thing I change is if you're going to use her in PvE with this build, which does work, just simply take off the homing bullets for the zero systems, unless you don't mind holding down the button, in which case you can just keep the homing bullets there and zero systems can go away and you would just have to actually play her. She won't be on full auto. But she does put out the damage with this build with full auto that you can get really fast time attack clears and really quick daily clears. My fastest daily clear with her was 27 seconds on the bead daily, so yeah, she can move pretty fast with this build. Okay, so that's enough of Emily's feat. Now we're gonna look at this. So, no, I don't want to do that. This is the New Year's theme. I kind of put it in my video yesterday, like I put it up to show people how, and I realized it as I was making the thumbnail, what they actually did here. So apart from the music is alright, but it's just the same music from Taimanin Asagi 3. So if you played the visual novel, it's nothing new. It's just reused assets. But it's an okay little song. It's better than Joy to the World. But, looking at this, right? Now I'm going to swap to the Christmas theme. There goes your Christmas. We're going to hide everything. Yeah, so this is basically just like they opened up Unity, looked at the Christmas theme, said let's give them a New Year's theme, and then they undid the Christmas decorations. They just removed them. So we're going to go back so you guys can see what I mean. Swap back. Although I'm sure anyone with a brain, or even like a third of a brain, can tell. Yeah, this is just the Christmas theme without the Christmas decorations. So that's a little bit... I don't know what's going on with that. They could have done something new. Oh, that's so cute. They could have done something new. It's a little bit lazy on their part. Do I think it's worth it to go for? Well, if you look at the event and go to the gacha board list, the last box only has 10 things in it, so it's only going to cost you 100 tickets, which isn't really that hard to earn. And since you're finishing the supporter anyway, like, it's not really like that big of an investment of AP to get. So if you want it, get it, but if you're really strong-arming your AP, then I'd say screw it, but like the special mode resets and changes are good enough to go for stuff in the box, and the material kit high is okay, I guess. But the theme overall is just a lazy effort. I'm a little bit disappointed in it. Like, so yeah, like, I don't know how I didn't notice this yesterday. I must have really just been going through the motions. I feel like an idiot, because like I put it up, and then people commented it, and like, if you read the thumbnail, I did say in my thumbnail, wait a minute, is this the same thing? Yes, it is the exact same thing, like, so... I mean, I'm grateful they bothered to give us a different theme at all, because it's nice to have this theme, because I guess it'll work year-round, even though it's snowing. Just because, like, the Christmas theme already, like Christmas is past, so this is no longer applicable, right? Like it's just the decorations are kind of obnoxious because the holiday's over. This will be good till like January 10th, and people will be like, "Why is that theme up, Mari?" So yeah, like the New Year's theme serves a purpose of just being an all year round kind of thing. But God, they could have done something different. It's really disappointing. Either way, that's all I wanted to talk about. Yeah, so for all those who did not know or do not know or did not see the video yesterday, Sue is coming, so be ready for her tomorrow if you're going to get her bundle. I do hope that she is a good character because I don't want to see people getting disappointed since the bundles and even like the gym prices are so high now that you're going to kind of want a quality character every time you buy, and I hope Sue is definitely that. I've been watching Japanese gameplay to kind of educate myself about her. She does seem to do really good damage, and she does seem to have some okay range on her hit. She kind of deceptively has range. It's pretty cool. But the Japanese, like if we look at a character who's done, you work, and go to her skills. So like her skills are done, but you see this is only like a 10% damage increase at max level. In Japan, this is like 20% plus. And that's the same for some of these other abilities, like their skill damage is higher, I believe. Like every value is higher in Japan, so it's hard to judge how the character will do in global, because our skill percentages have in fact been altered. So our characters don't put out as much total damage as a Japanese character would. Like, I watch Japanese Asagi's, their basic attacks do 70k on crit. Mine's do about 16, to put that in perspective. So yeah, we'll see how Sue does. I do sincerely hope she is good, because someone is everyone's wife. Wait, no, that's not right. Every character ever made is somebody's waifu. There we go. That's what I wanted to say. So with that, yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please like or subscribe as it really helps me out. I have noticed my subs jumping up like pretty fast lately, so I appreciate the support and all the views I've been getting. And yeah, you guys go ahead. You have a great rest of your weekend. May you have good luck in gotchas and in the arena if you even bother to do the arena. And you guys take care. I'll see you tomorrow.